On this week's episode of Green Bay Nation, how do we assess the Packers' performance a quarter of the way through the season? And what must they get fixed before a big NFC showdown against the Cowboys? Plus, which key matchup should we pay attention to in Week 5? That's coming up next on Green Bay Nation. Hello, welcome to Green Bay Nation. Lily Zhao here, joining me to chat everything Packers like we do every single week. He's an editor and writer for Packer Report and creator of the Pack-A-Day podcast, Andy Herman. And over there, Marcus Eversole, radio host on 107.5 and 1400 The Fan. Well, guys, a quarter of the way through the season, the Packers are sitting at 3-1 after a tough Thursday night loss to the Eagles. But the good news is they're still atop the division at 3-1. Adrian Amos did tell us, you know what, if you told us during training camp we'd be sitting at 3-1 through the first quarter of the season, we'd be happy. But how would you guys really assess this team's play the first month of the season?
I think you got to see it as a success. I mean, if you go 3-1 every quarter of the season, you win 12 games, you're hosting playoff games at that point, so they'll take that.
Yeah, and I think, as Adrian Amos said, if you talk to anyone preseason, if they would have said 3-1, you know, on the road against the Bears, a tough Philadelphia Eagle team on short rest, really kind of an unscouted Broncos team, that's a really good takeaway of the first quarter of the season with a brand new head coach.
And if you go 3-1 4 times, I mean, 12-4,
Yeah,
not a bad season, right? Yep. Well, guys, there are obviously no moral victories in the NFL, but one thing the Packers could really take away from their loss to the Eagles was that they got their passing game going. Aaron Rodgers had perhaps his best game of the season, 422 yards and 2 touchdowns. So what did you guys really make of the passing game kind of taking a step forward?
Specifically with the passing game, I feel like we saw everything that we wanted to see from the passing game. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that drive before halftime where he hit Geronimo Allison on a 3rd down and then the touchdown, that was vintage Aaron Rodgers. Now, the passing game will look slightly different, seeing as it ran through Davante Adams, and now Davante is hurt. But from Rodgers, it was undoubtedly his best game of the season.
Yeah, I thought you got everyone involved this last game, and I thought they, made a concentrated effort to get the ball to Davante more. They also found a way to utilize Jimmy Graham on some of those just short intermediate passes over the middle of the field, kind of get him in space and allow him to use his bigger body. MVS got involved, Geronimo got involved, and I think most importantly, Rodgers in this offense is at his best when he's making quick decisions, quick passes, getting rid of the ball. He can still ad-lib and make some plays, but even then when he was getting out of the pocket, he was still making quick decisions with the football after that point. So it was positive to see.
And it was good to see, obviously, the Packers take a step forward, but in that loss, it kind of exposed some major flaws with this team, mainly running the football on both sides of the football. So let's start offensively, guys. I mean, I know losing Jamal Williams on that first play is very tough for this team. They were also playing against a very good Eagles front that doesn't give up a lot of rushing yards. So kind of what do you guys take away from this running game, and can they get this going, especially when they're on the road this week?
They're going to have to get it going, and you're right, they have played against really good defenses. Like the Eagles, 57 yards per game they were giving up before the Packer game, and it went down then, I believe. But you can only say they're going against good defenses for so long before you see the commonality that they're just not running the football well. And I know that the O-line never gets brought up unless you're giving them credit, and I hate to do this, but the O-line has got to start blocking better in the run game because, I mean, Aaron Jones is having to break tackles before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. Good luck getting the ground game going if that's going on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. 4 games in, 15 yards is the long on the season, 3.5 yards per carry on the season. So they're not getting some of those big plays yet. And Aaron Jones has been somebody in the course of his career, you just give him the ball and he's a big play waiting to happen. If Davante Adams is in fact out this week, he's their best playmaker left, and they have to find ways to get him in space, increase some runs. We talked about last week on the radio, this is an offensive line that has looked fantastic pass blocking, has looked completely disjointed run blocking. It's been very Jekyll and Hyde, and they need to play better as a unit to be able to open some of those holes for Aaron Jones and company.
Well, on the flip side, obviously the Packers offense has to get their run game going, but the Packers defense, their run defense has been shredded this first month of the season. They're averaging or giving up about 142 yards per game. So can they get this fixed? Because Matt LaFleur mentioned we don't want to make this the blueprint that teams can use to beat us every week, and that's run the football.
Right, and as of right now, personally, this is my biggest concern because I think you just point to personnel, and at some point, I wonder if they've been having a lot of success using a lot of defensive backs on the field at one time. Well, when you've got players like that, you're gearing up to stop the pass, and teams can generally run on you. It's been a long time since the Packers have spent a high draft pick on an inside linebacker, and I think that's part of it. Now, Oren Burks is coming back. That third-round pick last year that they spent on Oren Burks is the earliest pick they've spent on that position since A.J. Hawk back in, what was that, 2006? I mean, it's been a long time. So at some point, Blake Martinez is a good player. They kind of need somebody next to him as a running mate if they want to be consistent.
And I think it was all three. I think it was scheme, I think it was execution, and I think it was, players or talent, however you want to, say it. But you talk about scheme, I thought Philadelphia did a phenomenal job getting tight ends matched up on safeties, getting offensive linemen matched up on safeties, and I don't think that Green Bay necessarily countered well up until late in the fourth quarter when they kind of got B.J. Goodson out there and kind of went bigger. From a talent standpoint, like you said, they have one linebacker that they trust at the moment, and that's Blake Martinez, and I thought he did a fairly solid job throughout the course of that game, but only one linebacker that they can trust. And then just execution. A lot of guys out of their gaps, which they have to get cleaned up against Dallas.
And specifically, I think with the Eagles, not did they provide a blueprint how to beat this Packers defense, maybe, but not every team has that personnel. Not every team has two tight ends like Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. So it's not like every team is going to be able to just follow the Eagles' lead and do what they did.
And by the way, had Green Bay gone, big and had gone B.J. Goodson the entire game, they're going to take Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz and they're going to line him up against B.J. Goodson and throw on him all day long. So it was definitely a pick your poison.
Love those points, guys. And obviously Montravius Adams, if he can come back as well, it'll be a huge boost for this run defense.
Big time.
All right, there's more to come on GBN. We'll chat about the Packers' big NFC showdown with the Cowboys next. Keep it here.